It's me, Arthur, and you are watching How to Draw Creepy Creatures. Now, you might be confused why there's already a sketch here, but I actually got a request to do more painting episodes, so I thought that's what we would do today. Now, as for what you're looking at here, that is a netty tiger or a water lion, which is a creature from sub-Saharan African mythology. Anyway, there are two different types. One is just an undiscovered species of large cat that has fangs similar to a saber-toothed tiger. One is a water-dwelling animal that's said to attack boats, but either one, they're described very similar, like a very, very large tiger, and it's supposed to have red fur with light-colored stripes. Now, this is always consistent in all the reports. Even though the animal has been mentioned in African folklore for generations, it's even still seen today by people who aren't familiar with the legends in the local area. Some cryptozoologists have actually suggested that it might be a type of large carnivorous otter, which sounds ridiculous. However, there are giant otters, such as what are found in India and Ethiopia, which can grow up to 10 feet long. They have whitish markings, much like mentioned in the legend, and they are known to be dangerous to humans. So it is possible that this animal, which looks like a feline, is just a big otter. I mean, it sounds crazy, but maybe that's what it is. Anyway, I gave it features from a real-life animal called a fish cat, which is a rare type of wildcat where it has webbed toes, a paddle-like tail similar to an otter, and waterproof fur. So I thought that would be interesting. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so I got an egg tray that I use for all my paints. Now, I find that these are actually a lot more convenient than the watercolor trays that you can buy at the store. They're way cheaper, and you get a ton of different colors in there. And got a hair dryer, one clean water, and one water just for cleaning off your brushes with. And I also got watercolor pens. One of my subscribers really wanted me to do a tutorial where I featured these. These are so easy. I'm using these alongside a brush. However, you could just use these by themselves if you wanted to paint with them. Just, they come in, the one that I got, they come in a thick tip, medium tip, and thin tip. And you simply fill them up with water. You squeeze in a little of whatever paint you want. Then you just shake them, and you can basically use it like a marker pen. It's really easy. Okay. Okay, so I thought that it's supposed to have like whitish stripes, so that's going to be, since that's the lighter color, that's going to be the color that we paint first. But I actually thought I'd use some of this kind of tannish yellow solution, because usually white animals in nature aren't really white. They're kind of like a light taupe color. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, now that we got the top layer done, I'm going to use this thick tip brush with a fine head, and I'm going to fill in this area because it's supposed to have the light colored stripes with the dark red fur. Now, since red is such a potent color, we're going to do this very carefully. Alright, before we start working on other details so this kind of stays in place, we're going to dry this a little bit. Now for the shading, I have some black solution already, but I thought it might be really beneficial to you guys to teach you how to make it yourselves. You don't have to necessarily buy black watercolor paints, you can just make it, it's really easy. Alright, just take red, Alright, take this solution and mix it all together, and you're going to get this kind of reddish brown, and then you take some more blue, really tiny dab. Alright, just keep adding blue until that brown starts to darken. You might need to do it a couple times. See? Now you have black. Let's take a clean paintbrush. Very carefully take some of that black solution. Now let's start shading. Now I kind of wanted to do richer, more intense color shadows, because when you do that it makes the colors really stand out. So now that I let the first layer of shadows dry, I'm going to go over this again. Now we're going to add just a little tiny bit of red to that eye. Just be careful here, guys. Don't want to add too much. Alright, now let's go back over this with a pencil and fill in some of the details that might have gotten lost while we painted it. Okay, sign up with your artist mark. You have just drawn an African water lion. Well, painted one. Alright, like, share, and subscribe, you guys. And remember that February is all going to be creatures from African mythology. However, I'm also taking requests for creatures outside of that theme. So if you have any suggestions or questions about the show, please leave them in the comments. I will be sure to get back to you. Also, the link to my Patreon page and my email address are in the description. And anybody who finished the lesson on this show and would like to show off your artwork, you just send it to me. As long as you give me your permission, I'll show off the show with your name so everyone knows that you did it. Alright, thanks so much for watching, you guys, and goodbye.